Welcome, Fetty friends. You can't see anything yet because I haven't set anything up yet. So let me do that right now. Forgot all about that part. I had one job. One job. Yvonne and Mayel did everything. No, not that. I have no scene set up on this. Screen capture. So we have that. You can see that one now. And we have that. Let me move that over there. There we go. Can we, is that working? Yeah, looks like it works, right? Yes. Professional stream incoming. Oh, yes. See, okay. This is very interesting already. Yvonne, yes, I hope your daughter stays sleeping. And if not, totally understand. And Mayel. So I used to do exactly what Mayel just did, which is my name at my server so people could find me. And I got made fun of mercilessly for that. I think that's the right way to do things so we can all find each other. So please, go follow Mayel at bonfire.cafe. And just to let folks know, we are going to be using the doc here. So, what are we doing? We're installing Bonfire. And what is Bonfire? Because a lot of people don't even know what is Bonfire. I mean, it's something like, in my opinion, Bonfire is the next evolution of something like Mastodon. It is a base framework for social media, as we call it. It is social networking, though, online, the open social web, and it's extensible. So you can create plugins and do whatever you want, but it has insane amount of control. You have an instance-wide setting, and then each person has their own settings, and you can tweak all kinds of stuff. It's overwhelming, and it's awesome. So the docs that we have, we are currently in the hosting guide, and it will tell you, we'll go back here, and there is a setup tutorial. It says get a server. I have a server from Hetzner. I can give you a referral link if you would like, else use whatever you would like. Then you need a domain name. In this case, I am doing this for a friend of mine. So it is snapkickmartialarts.social. I did not set up mail because I don't know his email, but if you don't want a public instance or you are familiar with the Elixir commands, it seems like you don't need mail. And then obviously DNS. I've already set up DNS. So if we do dig on snapkickmartialarts.social, and we'll get a return. That is my server. So we've done all that. And then step 3 is install Bonfire. That's the easiest part. I am going to say this. The best way that I've found, and the way that Yvonne and Mayel recommend, is through Cloud Co-op. Co-op Cloud. Now, what is Co-op Cloud? I was confused as all heck at the beginning. Co-op Cloud, specifically their tool called ABRA, is a tool that allows you to manage containers on remote systems. You could SamSci, but in this case for Snapkick Martial Arts Social, the plan is they would have an island social server, meaning that it is a social server for everyone to join, interact, but it doesn't connect out anywhere until they are comfortable connecting out to specific people, which could be never. Could be tomorrow. I don't know. So yeah, they'll manage everything locally. I would assume they would want email in theirs, but I don't know how they're doing email, and I don't really want to. Email is a pain in the butt to me. So what the docs will suggest you do is guide to set up Docker and Co-op Cloud. And I'll take you here, and this is a full Co-op Cloud. Here's how to do everything, which is nice. But in my opinion, it was a bit confusing because we are going from one step to another step. So I've already got ABRA installed locally on my computer. So that's not a problem. What we need to do is I have not even logged into the server yet. So we need to go, here, let me do this so you can actually see. Hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, I'm going to have to clean up. Ones? No. Okay. So this is my Snapkick social, and we are Debian 13. I think it says in here, doesn't it? Oh, apparently I went with Ubuntu on accident. Oh, well. Well, now I need to change my notes a little bit. Because what we need to do first is we need to make sure we install Docker appropriately. You updated the docs this morning. Okay, I did a hard refresh. Okay. Let me see. We want to now, so this is the install for Ubuntu for Docker. I'm assuming it doesn't come on here. So we're just going to dump all this in there. This will go out and update. And install Docker for Ubuntu from Docker. This is following Docker's official steps. Okay. Now we install Docker. Paste. Should just use Control-Shift-V, but I'm not. Okay. No, just apt update, apt upgrade now, isn't it? Live demos will always hit issues. I think that was just a miscellaneous error, though. Let's see. Docker command not found. Sweet. Yeah. Why didn't it actually work? What is wrong? 404 not found. Nice. Get rid of the Docker sources. Yeah. So this has nothing to do with Bonfire yet. I will say this. Where are the sources for this? Sources.lists. Apt updates. And I don't need the upgrade part, but Docker.io. Okay. Okay, now Docker's working. Do we have Docker Compose as well, by the way? I don't even know if we need Docker Compose. Mael, do you know if you need actual Docker? I would assume you don't need Docker Compose for ABRA. I hate curling commands straight into bash. That always scares me. Thank you, Inuit. I don't normally run Ubuntu. I run Debian, but I accidentally clicked Ubuntu on this server. So that's fine. So we're good there. Not messing with that anymore. Okay, so we have the ABRA command. Where are my notes? Oh, there. All right, we have Docker. Oh, normally what I do is I'll add a user for the application I'm using. You don't have to if you don't want to. I am. Why do I have that? Oh, I think I do need that. Don't I? Bye, Inuit. Inuit, he was here for like 2 minutes and already solved all the problems, and he's leaving. So this is going downhill now. Of course, password, Bonfire. I'll just do it. Hold it. Not that one. FT init Docker swarm, and then Docker network create -d overlay proxy. And I'll be honest, I don't know the Docker commands. I don't know. I know Docker swarm is some kind of container manager layer, but yep, got those. Now we want to add this to our SSH config file. Don't need that. The rest of that is correct. Yeah, I'm root. I'm doing it as root, so it'll be fine. I actually didn't even need the create bonfire user step because this isn't going to use that because the way I'm doing it. So let's make sure that that works. Kick martial arts, not social. Yep, and there we go. So just running, by setting up the SSH config, we can now just run SSH to the domain, and because we set the user to root, it's logging us in as root and gave it an identity file and all that fun stuff. So that works. All right. So now we need to add that server right there, to ABRA. ABRA server add snapkickmartialarts.social. Okay, it is added, and we can do ABRA server ls, and we see we now have BT free social that it knows about. Johanna B, I've done this numerous times. That's the point of doing practice, to fail and learn. And each time I'm learning a little bit more, and Mayel and Iman have been super helpful in Matrix for that. So, and they got a lot of people in there, so don't hesitate to ask questions. But we've added the server into ABRA. So ABRA knows about the server now. Now we want to deploy TRAEFIK. I've never really used TRAEFIK. I don't really know anything about TRAEFIK. I've never looked at the TRAEFIK install docs. But we're going to install TRAEFIK with ABRA app new TRAEFIK. Which server do I want to install it on? Well, it's already on BT Free Social because I've done it through ABRA. So we're going to do this through Snapkick Martial Arts. specify app domain. In this case, it is going to be traffic.snapkickmartialarts.social. It says it's created. We can do ABRA app now, ls, and we see we have my Bonfire social, but we also have the new traffic on snapkickmartialarts.social. We need to configure traffic. So we're going to do ABRA app configure Snapkick Martial Arts. Actually, we want traffic. That's snapkickmartialarts.social. And here's our configuration file for this server. And you can see this is all traffic config. I don't know any of this, to be honest. I think in BT Free Social, I only set let's encrypt email. I'm not even worrying about email. Don't even know if this will work. We've already run into one issue. Why not troubleshoot others? And you can actually see this as well in Cats, ABRA, servers, Snapkick Martial Arts. I haven't. I wrote my own notes. Sorry. Install the web server traffic and follow my own notes. So here's the traffic, which reference is going and seeing the traffic install itself, which, again, I'll say this. So if we go look at the rest, no, it's not the recipe. It's this here, I think. New. Yeah, so, again, Mael said that they updated the instructions today. I haven't looked at them. I've been going through my own, but you install traffic. So again, here's the env file. It's literally the same thing we just looked at. So if you don't want to use ABRA app config, you can go and open the file directly. So we have that. Now, what I did is not that. What? Install the Bonfire recipe. Oh, so we don't even need to do, you don't do the HT password anymore. Oh, I did not deploy it. You are correct. I don't even have that step in here. Oh, because, yeah, the password. I didn't deploy it yet because I'm not on the Bonfire part. I'm on the password part. I don't even know if you still need the traffic password part, but so we're gonna HT password into a user file and have a username. We'll just call it Bonfire. Is there a way to move it? Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that's probably in the way. There you go. And I haven't found that this username matters at all, but I think in the doc it said roots, so whatever. So put a password in there. We probably typed it wrong. We didn't! Yay! And then it's a traffic thing. Configuring basic auth. That's why. So maybe I don't even need this. See, and this is why the docs were confusing. Because, and no offense to anyone here, everyone is creating these things and referencing each other's, but like, if I remember correct, one of them had you installing like Nginx. It's like, we don't need Nginx. Yeah, that was basic auth. So yeah, we don't actually need that. I'm not going to worry about that part. And then we'll just ABRA app deploy. Where's my traffic? And it gives me, and that's really hard to see, but it gives me all the information here. The new deploy overview is, here's the domain you're going to be using. Here's the recipe we're pulling from. The server I'm using is this server that I've configured here. Hey, Eric, how's it going? The config is the compose, which we can go look at that. That is a plain text file on the system. Current deployment, environment deployment, new deployment, images that we're pulling, and configuration files that it is pulling in and using. We're ready to proceed. Yes. And now that's probably in another bad spot, isn't it? Oh, no, you guys don't even... Oh, it's going off the screen. Darn it. There you go. Who is here? No one's here. Okay, so TRAEFIK successfully deployed. So ABRA, again, if we do ABRA server ls. What's up, Bug? Thank you for the hug.
What's this?
I am streaming Bonfire install for people. Want to say hi?
Hi.
That's my 8-year-old son. All right, I got to come back to my notes. So we deployed. And thank you, Mael. I forgot. So ABRA server ls, and then we can see ABRA app ls. ls means list. Okay. And we see our recipe we're using, the domain, and the server. And we should be able to go to that now. And now you can't see that window. I'll fix this in uno momento. There you go. So if we go to TRAEFIK .snap kick martial arts .social. That is not correct. It exists. I swear to God it exists. Computers are complicated. Where did I have a typo somewhere apparently? Damn it. Is this going to work if that doesn't work? I did not. Oh, that's right. You actually need an email. Thank you, Mael. See, he's way smarter than me. All right, so what we do. This is good. This is good. This is good. Because it does let's encrypt, you need an email. Cert at btfree.social. Now, ABRA, and we can just deploy it again. Except we're going to need, I think, what was it? Force and chaos. Let's see what this does just rerunning this. Because I want to learn. It's already deployed. Right. Okay. So then if you just do ABRA app, you can deploy. So if we do ABRA app deploy, and I know Mael already put it in there, but I want to show folks that if you don't understand the command, just put in the command from where you understand it, and it gives you, this is one of the reasons why I've really liked ABRA, is that this is super friendly in my opinion. Force. It helps you learn itself. Let's try again. And this is being recorded, so maybe I'll do some editing, or maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. It says it's deployed. Hey, there it is. There it is. Traffic.snapkickcommercialarts.social. Okay. Now we're on to Bonfire. And I just messed up my notes. Where the hell was I? Traffic here. Yep. And now. Oh, I wasn't showing the page. Okay. If you want to see the page, here you go. Sorry. There you go. Yeah, right. Because Logal, in that case, Traffic's email is for Let's Encrypt. They use a command line thing to automatically register your SSL certificate. So you have to have an email address. This is Traffic. Traffic is a web server proxy. So it's used for reverse proxy. I didn't have to do anything with this. I just ran the ABRA app deploy Traffic. And I don't have to do anything with this. Because I don't know anything about Traffic. So if we come back over here. Oh, I don't know. Well, maybe it's not accepting email. It's if they're sending. They have to have a sender. And it's not done through email. You probably have to have an email for them to contact you, Logal. So. Here's the difficult part. Deploying Bonfire. You guys want to see how difficult deploying Bonfire is? We're going to ABRA app, new Bonfire, secrets, snapkickmartialarts.social. Oh, I don't know, Logo. Our specific app domain is not going to be bonfire.snapkickmartialarts.social. Our app is going to be located at snapkickmartialarts.social. These are our secrets. They will not be shown again. I will blank these out once I copy them. I'm going to assume no one's going to get in there, but it's a test instance anyway. I don't care. Yes, secrets. All right. So I have the secrets. And now we run config, ABRA app config. Nope, that's wrong. Snap. Let's do this. It's not going to stay there. I want to do this to show them. And if they like it, I'm going to rebuild it. I know. Everyone always thinks I leak all these important keys. And I don't. Do we tell people our passwords? No, we don't. I just showed them live on stream. Am I going to keep those as passwords? No, I'm not. My 8-year-old is standing here with like deer caught in headlights. Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, can I go pick out a steak and try to cook the steak?
Yes.
Yay.
Give me 5. Absolutely. I know, logo. No, I just thought that was funny. All right. So, this is the Bonfire config. We need to tell it what we want here. Let's see. What were the variables that I need to really focus on? So we have flavor. There's different flavors. There's community. There's Ember. We're going with social, which is the basic. The app version. I do believe Mael told me that latest is what we want. That it is on, or how do we put the app version? Latest dash beta. There have been some bugs in the 1.0 release. Not to surprise everyone. Every application in the world has bugs. So we are going to try the latest beta because Mael and Ivan have been killing it. They've been putting out tons. They've been very responsive to the bugs. So they are very actively involved. Literally, they pushed an update this morning. So we'll see how this goes. The rest is mail and S3 that I did, and I'm not doing any of that. So literally, you don't even have to change anything. If you don't want email, if you don't want any additional configs, this is all ready to go. I hope. I say that. So we're done there. And that opens up in the editor of your choice, by the way. And again, the very super hard, difficult part of Bonfire is ABRA app deploy that. So here's the thing that I have come to realize. Oh, jeez. The issues I had trying to install Bonfire had nothing to do with Bonfire. I had to learn how ABRA worked. I had to learn how TRAEFIK worked. And even TRAEFIK, I just need to understand where domains went. Once you understand ABRA, this literally is a piece of cake. It is a skill issue, 100%. So here's our deploy. Yes, Johanna, community is the default. Wait, community was in alpha, and I was using community, and there were definitely some show-stopping bugs, and that's when Mael Nivan said, hey, just use the social. So Ember is built on top for social. Social's the default. Yeah, I apologize. I misspoke there. And then there are other flavors, but I think they're all active development alpha. But you could build your own flavor, and you could give back, and anyone can run your flavor. This is why I think Bonfire is really cool. This, to me, is like the Linux kernel. And you can switch. That's what they told me. I was like, can I switch from one to the other? And like, yep. You won't have that stuff anymore if it doesn't exist, but it'll still exist in the database. You can't access it. But yes, you could switch between all the flavors, which blew my mind because even from upgrades in most software I've used, like, okay, you have to do a database import or a database process or like back up all of this. And they're just like, yeah, go switch. Have fun. It is very actively developed, though, just to let you know. But here's our here's our deploy overview, the domain recipe server, config, all the images it's pulling, the secrets that it has in the compose, and the configs. To proceed? Yes, we will see. And I'll say this. Mine kept... Again, this is not a Bonfire issue. This is an ABRA issue. I had an issue where the database kept saying waiting retrying, waiting, retrying, waiting, retrying. And then I realized that it's just not throwing the error message here, which was it didn't have enough memory. So I made sure I got a server that had enough memory. We could see the deployment of search, which is the Miley search database, and now the app deployed. So wait, what? Let's do that. Because I'm a magician, Blender. All right. So now if we go to snap kick martial arts .social, boom, there it is. that is Bonfire. I had to learn ABRA to understand how to deploy TRAEFIK to then ridiculously easy deploy Bonfire. This is the easiest I've ever, once I understood ABRA, this is like as easy as Owncast's deployment of run this script. Yeah, it's so all of the issues, and Mayel and Ivan helped me so much to understand ABRA. The last time we did a recording and a streaming of this, and I didn't realize, like, they are two separate projects. So we are on version 101 beta 2. Hopefully that's the correct one. And once we have that, we need to go to /signup. Not sing up, but sign up. And we'll call this and the first one that goes to sign up and signs up. No one log in. Because I'm doing this live. It's probably a terrible idea. Let's do that. Now, tell people about yourself. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Do people need to make a request before they can follow you? Yes. Make my profile publicly discoverable? No. Make my content searchable? No. Create. Ta-da! That's Bonfire. That's it. That's it to get it deployed. That's it. I'm like, they're right. They are 100% right. You need to just learn ABRA, and it's super easy. Now we talk about how to use Bonfire and the configuration of Bonfire, right? First off, it looks like they've changed the UI around already. Mine doesn't look like as nice as that. So already you guys are killing it. You can have multiple profiles under one user login. I love this. I love this. Let me tell you why I love this. Because I'm ozoned, right? So I have to be me. I want my own thing. But I also have BT free. Right? And I have Fireside Fetty. Federation's disabled, so none of those work, but I'm just turning it off for now. Now, I only have to have one login, and I'm able to connect to each of these. For me, I love that. Because that, I mean, we all have different roles, right? And yeah, I really like that. We have our home. Actually, does it take you to following automatically? So it was before. Again, I don't know what's a change or maybe what they before when we do this, it would take you to like your profile page and you can click a button that said add extensions, but there's really no extensions at the moment. Just learn ABRA. It's super easy. Well, and it is. ABRA actually is very easy once you understand the little intricacies of it and the nuances of it and how it worked. Originally, I thought it meant install ABRA on the server and run ABRA on the server. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. Why would I do this? I have Docker. And that's what I realized. It's not that level. It's at the user PC level. So like I had fundamental issues understanding ABRA. It's similar to Ansible, but it's all managing it through containers and with basically no work. It's great. Yeah, Mael. Yes, I would agree with that. But then the problem comes in, because I thought about this. I was thinking about trying to give you guys an example of me doing this for the docs. But we have to make sure that that's constantly updated then, right? In case it changes. But so we have, we see a couple of things. First off, I can't handle white. The first thing I do is I go look for preferences, I'm pretty sure, and then theme. I can't handle white. This burns my retinas. Oh, so much nicer. Okay, so let's go back out here. And we have dashboard. I mean, there's nothing. This is new system, right? So there's really nothing here. Notifications, you'll see any of your notifications here, which includes likes, replies, follows, all of that fun, amazing. Oh, I like this. This is new. This wasn't here before. It was a separate window that I don't think was as nice as this, but maybe it's not been changed. Maybe I'm just crazy. Boosts, likes, follows, all posts, articles, replies, links, images, videos, audio, books, events, research publications. If I say I only want boosts, I would only get boosts here. Oh my gosh. I literally asked the other day about follows and you guys are like, yeah, we should probably add that. And it's in the beta already. Because for someone like me on Fireside Fetty, like, I get a bunch of follows and I want to make sure I follow those people, but there's a lot of other noise like likes and boosts and things, which no offense to people, I'm not in this for that. I don't need justification by knowing that my post was liked 100 times. I appreciate that you do, but I don't want that to be the carrot on the stick for me. I want the conversation and the follows and the people to be the carrot on the stick. So I can change this. So if I only want people that are following me or replying to me, right? So it'd be that. Direct messages, I think, is really cool because it's a private message, but it is pitched at you as a direct message. People know what direct messages are, right? Yes, Eric. But a lot of other front ends I've used, or a lot of other Fediverse, it's like, here's a little box that is the exact same box that you would post to. And oh yeah, it is that post box. So you have to change a flag to say, I only want this person to be direct messaged. We all screw it up. All of us. But by putting direct messages here, having it notify with, it highlights here. Oh, actually what I could do is, let's do this. BT free, direct actually search, because we can, this is all within the same instance. There's an O zoned here. Oh, maybe not. Users. Oh, maybe, no, I didn't make it so people could find me, did I? So I don't know if I can do this. Let's try. It finds me there. Right. Okay. So that should be... Yeah, I opted out of search. So what we could do, we go over here. We do... And it comes up like that. Right? Just making sure I'm doing this right. No, not that button. New direct message. Search people. This is email. Right? This looks like email. And yes, Yvonne, direct messages will be encrypted in the future. That's huge. That's huge. That, I talk to so many people who are like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. There is no reason we need 500 different communication platforms to talk to people. If you want to go have an active real-time chat, yes, but this could replace like something like email. Is there a group chat feature, Eric asked? That's a great question. User list in the sidebar. Delete draft. Users. Oh! I didn't know that either. Dude. All right. So, did I send myself a direct message yet? You can message several people, yes. Oh my God. Test. Send. Could not find recipient. Let's try again. That should work. Not currently end-to-end encrypted. Matrix is cool. I mean, Eric, that's what this is. Right? Ozone. Yeah, refresh. Let's try that. Because that should work. Direct messages. Yeah, see, we're finding bugs now. Still not finding it. Oh, again, maybe because it's... Yeah, let's do that. So, and again, Mael and Yvonne are here. They want to make this better. They're already seeing these things. This is important to developers, showing them how you use it, where the complications are, because they want to make it better. Right? Open source developers don't throw their code out there and it's like, no one touch it. Like, this is... All right. So users, ozones. Oh, it's requested. That's right. That's why it's not working. See, I'm showing it off. This works, right? No, don't allow notifications. I don't need that right now. And then notifications. Oh, I followed myself. That doesn't seem right. Where was I? I was on BT free. Okay. Right. And then you can save it as a custom feed. You can do custom feeds. How do we message directly? I've not done this before, so I am send a message. Yeah, the menu button's not very visible. Okay, so there we go. And we go back over to Ozoned. Notification, we mark as read. I'll say this, I would like a way to default that when I go to the page and I see it, that it defaults to mark as read, because pushing the mark as read button all the time, I always forget, I go away, and then I see it still flags. I have to come back in and click it again. That'd be nice. Here's the direct messages. And it does, you could do by follower only or other. So you never have to see anyone that you don't follow, right? Because if you're someone that's getting harassed, followed only. I don't need to look at anyone else. Oh yeah, by the way, I have to go through my others right now and see all the hate and clean up all of those people so that I don't get any more. No, followed only. I only want to see people that I follow that are trying to talk to me. And then, because there are people like that, right? That have issues with those, like, yes, they want to talk to new people, but they get vitriol and hate, and you can just take a time to go through those kinds of things on a more like professional level. Steel yourself first. And you could set this tab as a default. That's awesome. Then we have feeds. These feeds are going to, I don't even know how they figure out some of these, but like a following's obvious. This will have all the people that I follow and every message that they're making. Explore all local remote activities. Because you'll eventually have multiple people on a server, you'll be able to see the connection with other servers that you might not have seen before. Eric, my instance is not federating. Yeah, I'll get to that. Local is anyone in Snapkick social. Yeah, it says federation disabled array. And I like that this is up front, by the way. Do not change this. I want to know by instantly coming to a page like this, is the federation disabled or enabled? Because that changes your attitude towards it, right? Like the Snapkick martial arts social that I'm working on, I don't know if they'll ever want that. And defaulting it off and making you make a mindful decision of opting in is the way to go. So I love that. So local is anything local to the instance. Bookmarked. I love this. I've had so many issues on other platforms trying to bookmark things. And it's like, okay, I have bookmark. How the hell do I find it? It's just right in the feed. There's trending and trending links because this is likes and things like that your server knows coming through, and the links to those, which are very cool. I haven't really used them yet on mine, but I've been busy with anything else. And this could be like what's going on in the world without having to fully see it, right? Something's going on because line go up on this one. Another thing I absolutely love is circles. Yeah. Oh, no. Right. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah. There are more feed presets, and you can make your own feed. So this is nuts, but not only that, you can make your own feed. Let me see. If I do, let's just say following, but then there's a way to save custom feed. So if I save custom feed, I don't even remember what I set on this. Only likes. Sure. So we go back over here. Custom one. And you have, what, RSS for that? And you have RSS everywhere. You have RSS everywhere. Guys, they're not forcing you to use this. You installed it. And you know what? Even if you installed it and you don't want to use this, here's RSS. There's no reason these technologies need to be rediscovered. Except because of big tech. I won't get on that. But RSS everywhere. I love that. I would like to be able to drag and drop. So like right now, custom one can never be at the top. I would like a way to move those around if possible. Okay, and I think that's, circles. So we're doing circles as well because circles are awesome really too. Want a conscientious federation ethic develop here. So much social benefit, just a tiny bit more friction. Yes. You can't. No. Yeah, no, that's not working for me. Miles says you can drag and drop directly in the nav. I can't. Where? This is Zen, which is based on Firefox, by the way. So maybe it's that. On the, you can drag, yeah, no, Yvonne said the same thing. You can drag and drop on the nav. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Wait. Yeah, so if you grab really fast, if you grab really fast and move, Firefox basically takes it as, I want to move this picture here. But if you click and hold it for a sec, no, not that one. You can do those. Oh, you know what? Is it the, no, now it works. No, again. Yeah, it is, you have to hold for a second. Okay. You guys might want to, is there a way when you click there, it has like one of those little progress bars like grab? I don't know. Or maybe it's just my Firefox. That could be it too. But circles, because I love these circles. I love this idea. Delays configurable. There you go. Yes, box. I'm getting there. Okay. Because I want to talk about circles first. Because I was one of the people that back in the day, I actually believed in Google. And what time is it? God. Oh, it's 10. Jen is... Nope, we're going on with this. By the way, Jen, an amazing artist, is going to be streaming on her channel at 10 to install Linux on a laptop. So once we're done here, if they're still going, we're going over there. And yes, WizardFrag. So circles. I was one of the people that was excited by Google Circles. I think it has a ton of potential. And then, of course, they left it. So they brought back circles. Right? So I'm following 2 people right now. It's not really going to be much. But what if I do like following this circle? This circle is my work friends. And this circle is going to be my family. And then we go to users, BT free. Well, obviously BT free is my work. So that goes to the work folks. Added to circle. And then we go Fireside Fetty. Obviously that's a friend or family. So there's a family member. And now whenever you go to these circles, friends and family are there. Right? Cool. Family's here, work's here. Got it. However, these can be public. So that's an amazing way to be like, you know what? I'm going to start a indie music circle. I'm going to create that, and I'm going to make it public because what this circle is about, this is about I've just made something that allows people to join groups, right? Communities. And that's huge. yes, it's just a list of users, but if you can easily import this and export this and save and move from one to the other, and oh yeah, by the way, I know because you're following 6 million people that your following page is too long to catch up with anyone, but you know what? I need to check on the indie music circle because that's important to me. That kind of power is amazing for all of us to share. Yeah, but other people can join it, right? It can be public. They could see. We can have moderated lists like that as well. Like that's so cool. All right. So because I created this, I am the admin, so I will have instance settings. The regular user settings, I believe, are just set from this. So if we look at instance settings, we'll see more than that. So this is the instance tagline description. Here's our federation. Now you can have manual, enable looking up usernames and fetching individual poster activities, which I would like an explanation of that. I don't fully understand that. I'm assuming that is you can find a way to directly follow one server or another. And then there's automatic, which automatically turns on federation. I can follow anyone on federation, and I can disable it again. Guys, they plugged in a button that turns it on and off. Sorry, I just heard a bang. Everyone seems to be fine, though. Manual disables following. So people can't follow you, or you can't follow people? Oh, so you can look up users or posts manually. Mostly useful for testing things without fully federating. Okay. Interesting. We are an invite-only instance. We can turn that off. I forgot this one. Require auth from federated servers. I like that. I would like to understand more how that works. I'm guessing that's a Fediverse thing. I don't know. I haven't seen that before. List the local users, guess. I mean, I don't want to go through all of this because there's a lot here. I do want to highlight some things. They have telemetry and monitoring built in on OpenTelemetry. You can configure an S3 bucket. You can configure your mail. Here's your search, all from the instance stuff. Default user preferences. So you can manually set this for your instance. You can have a specific style, and whenever anyone comes in, here's my style with my flair and my flagging. But feel free to change it if you want. Instance permissions. Again, this is a lot. This is what users can and can't do. So, like, again, you want to have people allowed to vote on something. Who's allowed to vote on something? Local users. Instance mods. Like, and this is for a default for the end user to get. So this is like when they do a post, what will this default to? So I like this because, again, you need options for different groups of people. If I have a whole bunch of super users, coming on, they can figure it out. If I have grandma coming on who accidentally keeps, posting to the world, I can default hers to local. Right? So she never has to worry about those. Dashboard pages, there are more widgets coming soon. I'm very excited to see what the more widgets coming soon is. I can get my feed on that page if I want. But again, it doesn't default there, so it makes you be mindful to check. We can change our about, terms and policies. Here's all of our invites that have gone out. Again, unless it is a open instance, you have to generate invites, which is why it goes to email. They click the email, which I like that. Opt in. Opt into your users, I guess it would be. I don't know. You normally have a list as instance of moderators, instance of all the admins on here. You can suggest profiles. You can say, hey, the sensei of the dojo is someone you probably want to follow. Right? You can suggest them right here. Instance members, these are all the people on here. This kind of drives me nuts. I would like to see that widened a bit, to be honest with you guys. Known remote users, no remote instances. Is there a way? Because my thought is, like, so Snapkick Martial Arts Social, maybe their neighborhood ice cream parlor gets one. Is there a way to define my Snapkick Martial Arts.social can interact with ice cream bonfire at social.social? Configuring extensions, which this gets nuts. These are all the extensions in that you're currently running, and I can't do anything with them. You can see the code, and then you can turn on extension config and change options here. That's huge. That is so much control. Excuse me. So the maps right now, we are set to metric. I am imperialist type person due to America, so I can change it there. And it can automatically translate that for you. So if I'm an imperial and someone is in Celsius, like my weather, because there's a little weather widget you can get. My weather will be in Fahrenheit, theirs will be in Celsius. UI for boundaries. So your boundary is like what you were allowed to do, is what it seems like. Circles, roles, boundaries are for user control around sharing, privacy, and collaboration. Getting to fully understand this kind of is breaking my brain, but then reactions. Oh, that doesn't need to be there. We can turn that off. Enable for everyone by default. Yes. I don't know how. Oh, I think I clicked on reactions, which took me down there anyway. So, that's Bonfire. And it's amazing. I cannot wait. So here's a perfect example of what I said earlier. There's a little dot right here. You have to click on this and then or mark as red. Oh, sorry about that. You guys probably hear some sound. I was coughing. My throat's getting dried out. So that's Bonfire. So that'll be all for now. I'm going to take this and put it up on Tube Free, and I'm going to put it out on YouTube. And please, guys, go check out Bonfire. It's been amazing. You can run your own social network. Who doesn't want to do that? That's incredible. Thank you guys so much for coming, Mael, Yvonne. Thank you so much to everyone else. And we'll catch you next time. Have a great one.